Warlocks have great variety in Destiny 2 and they're deadly in PvP and in PVE. Today I'm going to be focusing on PVE Warlock armour and run down the top 5 exotic armour pieces you should care about, whether you're a new player or a seasoned veteran. And don't forget, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. What I'm going to do today is run down the armour pieces that are available in the game right now, and we're just about to go into a new expansion with Beyond Light dropping on November the 10th, so keep your eyes glued to the channel for any updates, as I'll be sure to let you know. Today though, I'm going to be focusing on what the armour piece is and what subclass it pairs with. Well, first of all, I'm looking at Valkyries Brow, and this was introduced during Season 3 of Destiny 2, and comes with the intrinsic perk called the Fourth Magic. Energy weapon kills with death throws which provide bonus damage to your grenades grant grenade energy. So when you have death throws, throw a grenade and nearby allies gain greatly increased grenade recuperation for a short time. We're going to be utilising death throws to charge up the damage for our grenades, and we're going to be getting those back more often thanks to Arc Web from our subclass, plus the additional recharge rate from death throws itself. This also offers a bonus to the fireteam members, offering up buffs to their grenade recharge rate too, so everyone's going to be throwing grenades left, right and centre. For an added bonus to this one, it also comes with pulse rifle targeting and special ammo finder. For the subclass I'm going to be using Attunement of Conduction, and that is Top Tree Stormcaller. So you've got Chain Lightning, where the electrocuting melee ability chains lightning from the struck targets to nearby enemies. You've got Transcendence, so when you cast full grenade and melee energy, Storm Trance lasts longer and fully restores health. You've got Ionic Blink, activate to teleport using Storm Trance, and Arc Web, so enemies damaged by your grenade chains deadly lightning to nearby enemies, and each grenade or melee chain returns grenade energy too. So as the build is focused on grenades, we're going to be using Arc Web to our advantage, and not only does it chain electricity to nearby enemies, but we also get the added bonus of returning grenade ability too. And that can be used in conjunction with something like Ashes to Assets to charge the super ability faster. Next up I'm going to be looking at Geomag Stabilizers, and these are exotic leg armour. So on here we've got Close Enough, so when Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off, and damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. And we've got increased mobility too. So the key to this build is going to be Close Enough here on Geomag Stabilizers, as we're going to want to get that super back as quickly as we can. Sprinting is going to help us get our super energy back a little faster when we're nearly there, but also damaging enemies with Chaos Reach is going to help extend that super, which is really good. So let's have a look at the subclass, and for this one we're using Attunement of Control, and that is Middle Tree Stormcaller. We've got Ionic Trace, Pulse Wave and Chaos Reach. And there are a couple of perks here and benefits that are going to be useful. The main one is Chaos Reach, and that is pairing up with Geomag Stabilizers, and that is going to allow us to extend our super. Ionic Traces are going to be useful too for helping get our abilities back faster, and that is going to pair up nicely with using Traveller's Chosen, helping us get our abilities back almost constantly through PvE activities. Next up we've got Felwinters Helm, and Felwinters Helm is an exotic Warlock helmet originally released in Season 10. Much like other exotics, you can pick this one up from Xur if he's selling it, or you can pick up his exotic engram to get something from the loot pool. And you can also get this from World Drop exotic engrams. So let's check out the perks on Felwinters Helm. We've got Warlord's End, so Arc, Solar and Void melee kills create a burst of energy that weaken nearby enemies. Finishes and kills against more powerful enemies increase that radius of the burst and the length of the weakening effect. I'm going to be using Warlord's End in conjunction with my grenade and melee abilities when paired up with our subclass, weapons and mods, and that's going to turn me into a walking thunderbolt. Let's have a look at the subclass. So here we're using Attunement of Control, and that one again is Middle Tree Stormcaller. Going to be using a few abilities here to maximise the damage output in PvE. So here we've got Ionic Trace, we've got Ball Lightning, Pulse Wave and Chaos Reach, and the main benefit here is Ionic Trace, which gives you a boost to all abilities. And this one is going to allow us to have our grenade and melee up much more frequently in PvE, allowing you to dish out the big damage with both. And I'm going to be using weapons and mods to both increase the damage and help get our abilities back nice and fast, so we can keep dishing out that pain to enemies. Next up I'm going to be checking out Phoenix Protocol, and this is an exotic Warlock chest armour, originally introduced in Season 4 for Destiny 2 along with Forsaken. That's easy to see why this one is going to go perfectly with our subclass, but more on that in a little bit. So if we look at the perks, so we've got Battle Hearth, kills and assists you make while standing in a well of radiance return super energy, and you've got increased mobility too. What we want to do here is build up our super and then drop down a well, and ideally you want to kill as many enemies as possible while standing in the well to get your super back really fast. Testing this out, I consistently managed to get 70 to 80% of my super back each time. Then it's just a simple matter of picking up a few orbs and going again. Let's check out the subclass that's going to go with our armour, and for this one I'm using Attunement of Grace, and this is Middle Tree Dawnblade. So here we've got Divine Protection, Guiding Flame, Benevolent Dawn, and of course Well of Radiance. The main benefit that we're going to be using here is Well of Radiance, and by using this in conjunction with our exotic armour and a handy rapid fire weapon, we're going to get that well back really fast. In combination with Divine Protection, that goes really well with this, and you can turn your grenade into a blessing which you can throw to heal teammates. Your melee also empowers those around you, and you may be sacrificing your damage output on this subclass, but by empowering and supporting others, it's really going to help you tear through PvE, especially if your teammates are kitted out for max damage. And finally today I'm going to be looking at Nasrax Sin. So Nasrax Sin was introduced all the way back in Season 1 of Destiny 2. You can get it from a random world drop exotic or purchase it from Xur at the weekend. And the main intrinsic perk is Abyssal Extractors, so void damage kills increase ability energy recharge rate. So pairing up with void weapons is going to be good. So what you can do is use this with void weapons to help regenerate the grenades and melee abilities even faster, or you could just use Traveller's Chosen. For the subclass I'm going to be using Attunement of Hunger, that is Bottom Tree Voidwalker. So we've got Feed the Void, Devour, and Devour is absolutely insane. We've got Insatiable, and we've also got Vortex too. So pairing up Nasrax Sin and the Bottom Tree Voidwalker is going to make you an absolute tank in PvE. For the weapons and the mods for this build, you can pretty much mix and match in terms of what's good in the meta when you watch the video. So at the time of release, I like to use Ace of Spades, and that's going to be good in Beyond Light 2, or Traveller's Chosen, that's a sidearm, and that is really hands down one of the best exotic weapons in the game. Other good options include Dire Promise, that's a hand cannon, Cold Denial, that's a pulse rifle, or Night Watch, that is a scout rifle. For the energy slot, I like to swap between Sunshot, that's a hand cannon, Gnawing Hunger, and that's a good one for the void weapons there for Nasrax Sin, or the Iclos Sniper, and that is really handy for long range attacks. In the power slot I'm using Falling Guillotine, and this is by far the best legendary power weapon in the game right now, but Anarchy and Xenophage are good choices too. Mods are going to change as the seasons progress, plus in Beyond Light things are going to change up with Stasis, but for now I'm going to be using something like Oppressive Darkness and Lucent Blade, and I'll run through some updated guides in Season of the Hunt and in Beyond Light for mods and weapon combos with exotic armour and subclasses, so do keep your eyes glued to the channel for those. Well, let me know down in the comments what your favourite Warlock PvE builds are, and if you'd make a list of your own, what would you swap in and out from this top 5 list? And just before we go today, I wanted to let you know about some merch I've launched. There's a bunch of t-shirts, hoodies, socks, stickers and masks available, and there's a custom pixel art design logo for This Week in Video Games, plus a glitched out version too. All are available in a range of colours and sizes, and if you enjoy This Week in Video Games content and want to support the channel, then do consider buying some of the merch. Links to the store are down below, but now let's get back to the video. Well, that is it for this guide for the top 5 best exotic armour for Warlocks in PvE, and thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out these other videos on the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.